Alright, I'm gonna call it good at that. Let me just make sure everything is running. Yes, yes. Okay. Alright, that'll do it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Mecha Mondays with Fragath. I am Fragath, and this is Mecha Mondays. So today, we're going to be doing something of a return to form. We're going to be playing a game called Assault Gunners. Assault Gunners HD something something. Oh great, now I have to look up the title. I apologize for my voice. I have some kind of nasty head cold. Assault Gunners HD Edition. That's what it's called. Originally, it was released on the PSVita back several years ago. It was a download-only title and only on the Japanese PSN, but not too long ago, a year or 2 years ago, they came out with it on the PS4, and now it's on PC, or has been for a little while. It is very much in the vein of Armored Core, except I guess a kind way to put it is it's like an Armored Core knockoff. It's still basically competent. There's reasonable build variety, but it's not as complex. Usually not as hard, except for some of the later levels, which will generally just punch you in the head and never stop. I'm actually going to go into my hangar. I'm right now using mouse and keyboard controls, which may wind up being more trouble than it's worth. The PC port for this is it's iffy. Some of the controls are really, really obtuse. Let's see, which was... So to unlock parts, I have none unlocked because I started fresh. I remember now. So we're just going to leave it as is for now. I'm going to go to mission mode. One of the things I like about the game is the names of the missions are really charming. They're all named after like movies, usually to do with Mars, but not always. So like the first mission is Starship Troopers, the second one is Platoon, the third one is Red Planet, and so on and so forth. So each stage there's a certain number of I'll just leave it on normal difficulty for now to get myself back into the swing of things. Ceres, a giant ice asteroid 1,000 kilometers in diameter, is approaching Mars. It is being transported from the asteroid belt 500 million kilometers away to create an ocean for Mars. The operation has just about reached its final stage, and a large fleet stationed on the satellite of Phobos is carrying out the difficult task of getting Ceres into Mars satellite orbit. During this time, DAT is conducting training... something. I can't read it that quickly right now. My head's all plugged. Probably going to be skipping most of those. So there are some like squad command dynamics, but I'm probably not going to be fiddling with those very much. Okay. So hovering, you've got the energy gauge is synonymous with your boost gauge, is synonymous with your shields. Let's see. Now, I'm just fiddling with my shooty gun. Ooh, not what I wanted to do. Enemies drop little pickups like stamina. Oh, yeah, I wanna... What is weapon switch? I don't remember. So there is ammo. You only have so much of it. I may have to see if I can change my controls, because this is pretty rough. Also, it's very loud. Okay, I'm actually going to turn the voice volume down even further. Alright, so these are usually objectives. I am not supposed to destroy those. Oops. Oh, yeah, I wanna defend. Which is there. Oh no, defend is the one that sends them near me. So I'm probably gonna have to rerun this mission because I've already muffed it pretty badly. Materials is good. It's basically cash, from what I remember. I don't think it's loot drops, maybe it's loot drops too. Contact is lost with all colonies on the surface of Mars. Oh no, those crazy Martians are at it again. All troops presently on standby are ordered to investigate and having finished their training regime. DAT. Board the space elevator connecting Deimos and Mars. I forget what DAT stands for. I suppose I can go to the first mission and find out. Your pilots do level up. That kind of allows you more... it boosts your stats, basically. Not a lot, but it's a bit. It is something. 3, 4... Oh, no, I didn't get all of them. So I'm going to have to check controls, because this is not doing what I'm expecting. So ease and normal are usually pretty much the same. Hard usually adds a part or two, but not always. I'm gonna redo that one. On hard. Oh, I didn't even remember these. Oh well. So we definitely don't want to destroy the servers this time. That was really dumb. Now this seems real easy, and it's to start off with. It is definitely pretty easy. We're gonna play like in the most basic fashion imaginable. As you progress, things get a bit more complicated. Now I should have a railgun. No. There we go. That's how you switch. is melee combat for what it's worth. It is not worth much. There we go. Alright. I can remember that. Those are roughly arranged in a vaguely intelligent fashion, but not ideal. There are more and better weapons of every type. You've got a pretty wide variety. You've got plenty of lock-on missiles, which are a favorite. Yay, I got the extras. Hooray me. I'm a parts collector now. Okay, moving right along. We'll keep it on hard for now. Actually, I can tweak stuff in my hangar. Edit design, and I want to go to legs. No, that's all the legs I have. To get a bunch certain new parts, you will have to improved versions of parts. You'll have to develop them, and I will go into that menu shortly. And they gain various. Oh, I have a regular knuckle. I want the grenade knuckle. Haro, because it explodes, and exploding is cool. And yeah, I want a vertical launch system, because they're cool, duh. Let's see. In terms of parts that tweak your turn rate, you basically want to ignore them, because with mouse and keyboard, you don't need to worry about that stuff. Aiming is no problem. Aiming is never really the issue. It's always more an issue of dying horribly. Let's see. Yeah. Let's go with a Pulse Vulcan. That could be cool. It's a fancy shooty gun. Do I have any other shotguns? No, I have the good one at the moment. Laser rifles are okay as well, but not... Actually, I think laser rifles are the ones I like. It's been a long time. Oh yeah. I want as much info as I can get. Boosting lock-ons is generally regarded as a good thing. These are all just like add-on parts and you get like 10 of them, and these are like DLC components, so they're stupid good. So being on hard is kind of the best way to be at the moment. I'm gonna leave my allies the way they are because they're basically going to be irrelevant most of the game anyway. No, that's not what I wanted to do. We'll fiddle with that stuff a bit more later. I'm probably going to wind up cutting this stream short because I am feeling like a dog's breakfast. 20,000 kilometers high, the space elevator serves as both a relay and a low-cost materials transportation bridge between Deimos, the geosynchronous satellite, and Mars. After traveling at 2,000 kilometers per hour in the cargo lift of the space elevator, DAT land on Mars and step foot on the dry red planet. Their first task is to deploy radar throughout the Valle Marineris and investigate the nearby colony of something 2. And so for these, you basically... I'm not having it. Boom. But yeah, you can basically paint quite a number of targets actually, with some of the later weapon systems. Oh boy, that's a fair number. that's what we're going to use as our advance weapon system. Oof. That's a fair number, isn't it? It is indeed a fair number. Nope, those are my boys and girls. There are different strengths and resistances to different weapon attacks. That becomes relevant for us later because you start having to worry about what the majority of the enemies you're fighting are deploying against you. Right now, it's not that big a deal. That a lot. Big old giant robot-sized shotgun. Always fun. Pop, pop, pop. It's pretty basic, as you can see. What I'm gonna do, because there's a bunch of enemies out there, I'm gonna take this objective. Oh, there it is. Now there is a way you can go up higher, but I don't quite remember how to do it. So we're not going to worry about it for now. As you can see, my energy recharges pretty quickly. Oh, that's right. The enemies get a lot more engaging later. You do fight a couple enemies that are equivalent to you, and they are quite tricky, much like Armored Core, where there's a lot of enemies that are just basically glorified cannon fodder, and then there's ACs, which are going to cause you some difficulty. This game is much the same. When the game decides to get it into its head to be difficult, it does not start joking around. It is very much not a joke at that point. Okay, let me get that. So there is a dash you can do that doesn't cost you energy, which is that. That should do it. I don't think there's any... Ah, here we go. Got him. Now for the next wave. Which I'm gonna do with a shotgun. And now we just have to reach a certain location, which is over here. So far, pretty straightforward stuff. Tends not to grade you based on time, tends to grade you based on how much damage you've taken. Self-replicating construction robots named Ants were originally created to aid in the terraforming of Mars into a planet that could sustain human life. Ants mined minerals, built factories, further self-replicated, and cultivated vast swaths of land, eventually creating large cities suitable for human life. Suddenly, this force of automated ants have armed themselves and are running rampage. All troops present in the 4 colonies. I'm not going to be able to finish by the time this thing finishes scrolling, so I'm just going to make it up as we go on Deimos. So, evil computer gone berserk. Sounds about right. You do get beam swords and the like. It's not a particularly showy game. It's clearly made on a budget and it shows. But it is, it has some heart. Not a lot, but it has some. I'm gonna go to unit enhancement, because now I can enhance things. So yeah, you have enhancement, which you can do up to like level 10, and I think you can, there are some that you can develop higher. That boosts its stats up through the roof. And then there's actual straight up development. So for a point of comparison, 4,000 shield energy, 5,000 stamina, 500 base attack, and I don't know how the calculations work. 1 lock-on. There are some that I think can go up as high as, is it 3 or is it 5? There's 3 for this one. Ooh, I like that. And a pretty sizable amount of shield as well. And then you have legs, which do basically what you'd expect. There's a lot of them are stat sticks. Rotation speed I can largely ignore. What's going to be most important for me is probably going to be just basic movement and stamina and whatever resistances they've got. Not much stamina there, but it is quite speedy because it's hover tank legs. Like I were a Zamel. Yes, yes. Yeah, this is a good example. I think I'll do that just to... Oh, yeah. I forgot it had the quad legs. Yeah, most of those are too expensive for me to do anything with, so I'm going to ignore it for now. Yeah, it's pretty basic in terms of the components. Let's see. I want something with a lot of shields. This has 40. I can't afford it yet. Oh well. I'll just sit with what I've got for now. I'm going to switch some weapons around just to showcase. Go with a laser rifle, because laser rifles are neat. I'll switch you to... I think it might be plasma rifles are the ones that I'm thinking of. Oh well. And for our shoulder weapon, we'll go with... go with a regular launcher. There we go. I would would deck one out in the white glint if I could remember its basic color scheme. I'll probably do like a Titan's colors or something on one of them, but I'm gonna get a little further in before I do that. We're just gonna skip those for now. The plot is a confusing shambles. Very much in the tradition of Armored Core. Here we go. So these are cool because you can actually inflict more than the expected amount of damage with the long beam lasers. And they go through enemies, which is super duper cool. They're also very finicky because of how they, the way the beams position themselves can be a bit awkward. Oh, what's over here? Figure, plink away at him a bit. Oh yeah, that's better. And because the rocket launcher on my shoulder is so big, I can't actually see where I'm aiming most of the time. Actually, are there laser swords? I could have sworn there were, but there might only be like fists and pile bunkers. I know there are pile bunkers in any case. Oh, hello. You don't get too many of those. There are boxes over there, but I don't remember how to get to them. And usually, you do have to destroy everything in order to get everything on a stage, but I'm not sure how to get there off the top of my head. No. I'm gonna go past these last couple people. Robots, rather, because they are machines. So yeah, these can be very ammo efficient because they can hit multiple enemies at once, which is as useful as you'd expect. Oh, they're up there. Oops. I did not think that one through. As you can see, the weapon also looks fairly familiar. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to jump this canyon here. It's totally not going to let me do that. Cool. Very nice. I haven't played in forever. There are ways I thought to get additional vertical height, but I'm not remembering how right now. I suppose I have to look it up. Yes, I am going the right way. Very good. Oh, they're following me, so they're probably going to engage the enemy first, which is not quite ideal. Oh, here we go. This is where I want to go. I think this is where I want to be. No? Where are they? Yeah, here they are. This, I believe, is a bonus objective that they don't tell you about. Yeah. A couple of the levels have those. Lots of pew-pew. No QQ at all. Indeed. Wonderful. Indeed. Oof, that hurt. Didn't take any actual health, which is good. That's what you want to avoid, is actual health damage. That's what they judge you on. Though they don't like you getting hit either. They don't want you to do that. But yeah, they will literally just keep spawning them in. Ah, I missed that last one. That's unfortunate. Oh no, I did. Never mind. It's because I didn't actually take any health damage, which is good. I might redo that one. That one took a while, so I'm not going to worry about it for now. Where's the part that I can get from there? There's a way to see that, but I don't remember how to do it right now. Okay, a T-32 autocannon one. I do want that, so I'm going to redo this one without actually taking damage. As before, speed, while important, is not earth-shattering. So, as you can see, we are making sure to finagle those laser beams so they hit as many enemies as possible. That'll become even more important later. Actually, I'm going to set my guys to attack so that they just go out there and kill. may be wondering, in a game that's so ranged weapon heavy, why I would have a melee weapon. Well, that's because you can and will, on the later levels, run out of ammo. The game can be quite harsh. They'll throw a lot of enemies at you, and you need to hit with every bullet, if you possibly can swing it. Alrighty. I am not connected with these. These are just your co-pilots who are telling you you're doing such a great job. You're special. You should feel special. Oh, I need to get that, might as well grab that too. So picking up materials basically translates to development points, and that is pretty good. You want those. You want those a lot. Where? There they are. I don't think I blew these up last time. Well, I did now. So yeah. Oh, I think they're where they need to be. I'm gonna eat all the kills. That's fine. Again, it's early. The game gets much trickier later. Early on, your allies definitely put in a lot of work. They do quite well indeed. Later on, they will die immediately. Which is unfortunate. They are not very strong. It is true. Alright, we already did that. Yay! Fancy things. Alright, moving right along here. Oh, I may as well get that autocannon equipped, shouldn't I? Silly fun times. Oh, they have all the really basic loadout. I see. Is it under... No, not up. Oh, it must be a shoulder weapon. That's okay. We'll do that. There it is. That's not too bad. Oh, I got the autocannon 1. The autocannon 5 is the one I already had. Oh well. We don't have to worry much about aircraft, so we'll go with that for now, just to change things up a bit. And we will switch you to the plasma gun. Which also fires kind of slowly, but it's nifty. Actually, let's go to unit enhancement. See if we can get Debune. We cannot. Almost there though. For now, I'll get that. has more shield and considerably higher energy recovery, so that basically means I'll be able to move around faster. Lower health, but as you can see, just about everything improves a bit. I'm going to leave that one that color. I'm going to switch this one. Oh, there's a way to change these, I thought, but maybe not. How do I change these is the question. I'll just stick with that for now. Is that here? No, it is not. I could have sworn there was a way to change the color customization, but we'll just go with it for now. Alright, let's get back to mashing things up. Actually, I may as well show off the first mission, because that's got a component. Oh, jeez. And I took a hit, which I didn't want to do. That's probably not going to get me the other part then. Nice little parabolic projectile there. Does a pretty good job at reading how far it needs to go and then just kind of going there. You can at basically any given time get your allies killed. They are not as smart as they look. Ceres draws ever closer on its fixed course. Ceres, by the way, is a pretty big rock, and I do mean big. It's a small moon. I should change some of their equipment loadout to make them thematic. Ah, cool. You did give it to me. Neat. Alright. I think for this one, though, I have to worry about aircraft. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. For those other boxes. Oh, yeah. So these are pretty annoying. But I don't remember if we have to fight them just yet. We'll definitely do later, because in any suitably advanced AI rebellion, they start taking over the existing weapon systems. Which of course happens here too. There is an advanced gunship variant later on in the game. You cannot pilot them, but they will fight you, and they are extremely frustrating. Because they move very, very quickly. They've got just about every bit of kit and caboodle you could possibly hope they would not have. Seeking missiles, lots of lasers. Some significant unpleasantness on that front. Ah, here they are. They're over here. Oh no. Something about grasshoppers. I had forgotten that this thing existed. Yeah, there are bosses. Some of them are a lot more entertaining than others. This one's okay. It's a suitably large. I'm gonna go get my allies killed. Oh, or not. That's fine. I won't complain. Oh, they're behind a building over there. Oh. Plasma rifle, got a grenade, got a pulse rifle, got a grenade knuckle, got a plasma gun, got a bunch of development points, and you can develop more stuff. Cool. The game also does a good job of having a actual escalation. So as you can see, enemies are starting to get quite a bit more durable. They still can't hit the barn side of a broad door, but there we go. Once your allies are dead in a mission, they are dead. So you do have to go through it on your own, and that's basically how the game is going to be most of the rest of the time. Items do disappear after a while. Thought I had a bit longer. Pick these up, and I'm going to take a bunch of these points first. And then I'll kill those other guys. A boom. Let's get these guys over here. Sometimes it can be hard to see the little missile projectile. And sometimes they turn very aggressively. Ah, got him. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is where things get a little more complicated.
更新されました。映像を受け取りました。照合します。記録はありません。転送し照合を依頼します。
Gonna take out the small fry first. Oh dear. Now, because there's no like obvious health gauge on these enemies, it's hard to know how endangered they are, so they tend to die rather abruptly. Oh, no you don't. Don't do that. No. Yeah. Oh boy. That could have gone a lot better. Oof. I am going to go to my hangar and grab a different torso. Oh, under enhancements. Which incidentally I think is the same as what it has there, come to think of it. There we go. Big old bunny ears. Let me check under design what I have available for legs. That's what I've got. That's a bit speedier. It's kind of better in general. They want 30k again. Of course they do. Nope. 30k to get that. So we will have to wait on that. Actually, we can get these. These are a bit better. So we will grab that. Go to unit design. Edit design. Go to legs. For our main weapon, I think we'll go for that laser rifle again. And yeah, I will go for a, is indeed, yeah, I'll go for the submachine gun, just unload on them. change my shoulder weapon to something a bit more my style. Call this the Lambda. We'll just go down the list here. Oh, he doesn't need lock-ons. I don't need lock-ons, I knew that. It has any blast weapons, but no sense not giving as many upgrades as we can. What parts does it have? 16? Jeez, it can fit all of them. How nice. There we go. On that note, to edit my parts, since I can do that now. I don't want to reduce my stamina. If I can avoid reducing my stamina, that would be cool. I'll definitely put those barriers on. Make myself more durable. There we go. I will call this one because largely because I said so. get to do all this again. Hooray. Note that this will not dramatically improve my AI companions all that much, but it's the thought that counts. There we go. Let's do it. And let's get it right this time.
オールグリーン戦闘を開始してください。
Go. Wait, I lost any? No, I am not, because they're moving with me. They're not just walking right to the enemy and getting shot. Start getting a couple of these. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so as before, they're gonna throw a whole lot of enemies at me, and, you know, that one. go. Boom.
目標達成
As you can see, many missiles later. You can spam a lot of missiles, but you run out of ammo very quickly, so you can be in a lot of trouble if you're not careful. Woo. Cool. Destroyed arms. Cool. Reminding me of my Robotech and Macross.
オールグリーン戦闘を開始してください
Alright. So I'm gonna go here first because there's crates.
シールドエネルギーチャージ完了 走行回復しました
Being able to magnetize items would be convenient, but is not necessary. Oh yeah, that is a significant damage increase by using those parts. So now we'll just go where it wants us to go.
作戦目標が更新されました走行回復しましたシールドエネルギーチャージ完了
That's very satisfying.
走行回復しましたシールド回復しました目標達成
Here we go. I don't remember what the level cap is off the top of my head. I assume it's something like 99. Alright. I got about enough energy for like 2, maybe 3 more of these. Ah, yeah. Terrorists known by Interpol. Always have to be aware of those guys. Terrifying.
作戦行動を開始してください
Reach the point in 300 seconds.
時間がありません目標へ急行してください
Wow, that's definitely blocking my ability to see what I'm doing.
こんなもんです。直撃。こんなもんです。
realized there was a vulnerability pickup. Alrighty. Get out of my way, dude. That was the sound of my unupgraded ally getting whacked. Oh well. He owed me money. That's no good. Ooh, is this where I wanted to be? Yeah, you bitter run? Oh no, they're coming after me. Got him. I ain't even mad. So yeah, as you can see, very armored core. Alright, let's go. There we go. Very nice. Actually, I am going to go and enhance, just to show how it is done. I'll do that up to level 5 to show the difference. So before, 14500, 200 movement, 113 movement speed. Broad spectrum improvement across the board. Not too shabby. Oh, and I might as well do my torso as well. I'll do the same thing for that. Oh yeah, it's very significant. Huge energy recovery speed improvement. Huge. Yeah, it's pretty expensive to go all the way up. But worth it. Alright. Yeah, I've got the energy for 2 more of these, and then I'm gonna call it. I apologize, I've been so low energy today. awfully dark. I'll do a couple of the radars. I'll get the one up here as well, and then I'll finish off the enemies that are here. Sure how to get up there. Oh no, it's behind them. Never mind. Yeah, you can see how quickly the energy recharges as well, which is very handy. Pop, pop, pop. You better run. You better run. Oh, sick 9-ball Seraph on you. What'll you do then, huh? Huh? I thought not. Alrighty. Yay, an upgraded shotgun. Cool. I think those are legs. Unless that's the first heavy body we can develop. Okay, null body. No, these are still standards. I don't think you get that till the very end. The heavy bodies are quite handy. Very high stamina. And I think one of them has an extremely high lock-on, but I'm not positive of that. I could have sworn one of them went up to like 5, but I might just be thinking of the total after upgrades. More legs. That's probably the way to go. Oh well. Alright, I got enough juice in me for one more of these, and then I'm going to have to call it quits for today. So let's make it a good one. Do not destroy the data units. Overcoming the enemy, all ants inside the plant are destroyed by DAT. But before they have time to resupply, another wave of enemy. I completely lost my brain. Oh well. So I need to keep something from dying for 120 seconds. Actually, I'll do. So I'm gonna leave them here. And let them deal with that while I take care of this trash. I'm gonna zip on over there and see how they're doing. Presumably rather well. Ah, here we go. Ow. Ooh, I think I just killed that one, and I did not want to do that. Oops, pop that one too. Not what I wanted.